Good morning. Happy Sunday to y'all. How y'all doing this fine Sunday? I'm heading to church. Y'all. It's been pouring here every day. I was out in it yesterday. I was out about 4 hours yesterday, and when I got on my way home, I was in Cordova visiting someone. And when I was on my way home, I had to take care of some business. That is just and then, I mean, it was raining so hard. It's been a lot of little flooding and stuff here. But I made it home, and it seemed like when I got close to Mississippi, it just started raining. So I hadn't eaten all day, and so I was able to stop and get me something to eat. Then I went to Walgreens, and I got home, and I was home about 40 minutes, and then it started raining real hard again. I said, look at God. He kept me, let me do everything I needed to do and get my butt home safe yesterday, and I'm so thankful. And I said, you know what? Because Carmen said, I don't think I'm going to church today. It's supposed to rain, but it ain't really supposed to start raining here until 1 o'clock. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get up, and I'm going to go on to church. And God brought me back home yesterday. He'll take care of me. I'll be all right. And it ain't raining right now. It's like 50. Now the temperature done dropped. And so, this was my word of the day this morning, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all real low today. I can't get the thing fixed. But anyway, I thought about something. And you know, when we went to school, the saying was, when it rains, it pours, right? When it rains, it pours. I got y'all fixed a little bit. And so I thought about that. So the sun will shine again. And just like whatever you're going through, it's just a season. And then I sang a little something, better days, better days, better days are coming. So y'all hold on. And the sun will shine again. The sun will shine again. Anyway, y'all, I'm not going to prolong this. I'm going to concentrate on this road. It's a little dark here now, right now. It's a little bit after 7 o'clock, about 7:16, I think it is. And so it's kind of dark for this time of day, but I think that's just because of the weather. I said I was getting off here, didn't I? But I don't know what I'm going to eat today because I ain't took nothing out. I ain't took my thing out. But I do have some pan from Louisiana I can throw in the air fryer. And I got some green beans I can throw. That I was supposed to cook earlier this week. I'm going to have to cook. And some little new potatoes. Oh, yeah. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to make it real simple. I guess y'all say, what kind of meal is that? Something to eat. Something to put in my belly. What y'all cook today? Or what you cooking by the time you see this? What did you cook? What did you cook for your Sunday's dinner? I may try to put a little service in. I don't know. It depends on if I feel up to, doing a video on while I'm in the service. But I'll try to add some of the message. I'll either tell y'all about some of the message when I get through. Maybe I need to stop at Wiggly on the way. Because I could really do that steak. But I could do me a steak today. I could do some steak. Yeah, that's what I could do. Anyway, I'll call y'all back. Y'all, I'm out of church. Service was about the sermon was about prayer. The service was really good. I enjoyed it. I came out of church. This temperature done dropped, y'all. It ain't playing. And it is raining. It's a misty rain. It's not a hard rain. I really want to go into Wiggly right quick. I'm gonna run down there and go pick up a couple of items. Y'all, I'm kind of tired. So I said when I get home, I'm gonna scramble up me an egg, because of course y'all know I don't eat before church, so I'm gonna eat me something, scramble me an egg and make me a piece of toast. And I'm going to get back in the bed. I might turn the TV on and watch me some old shows or a movie or something, but it might be watching me because I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna carry my tail back to sleep for a little while. I slept off and on last night, so that's probably what's wrong. But anyway, like I said, service was tremendously. It was about praying, and it was just a good service. And of course, the Sunday is Communion Sunday. So I know some churches do communion every Sunday. Now they only do communion on the first Sunday, so I was able to take communion. Next Sunday is Palm Sunday, and he said if anybody want to come, the First Baptist Brawl, come on to the house. You will be truly blessed. But they're wearing green next Sunday for Palm Sunday, he said. So if you just want to be in sync, you can put your green on, But if you don't have no green, still come as you are. Yes. And get the word from the Lord. But anyway, I'm gonna run in here, and I don't know if I'm gonna take Wham and Piggly Wiggly, because y'all know my version of running ain't moving too fast with this cane. But I'm gonna go into Piggly Wiggly, and I'm gonna go into Piggly Wiggly and get a few items, and I'm gonna get my tail on to the house. But anyway, I'll call y'all back. Y'all know I was gonna drive my Toyota today, but my left leg was acting a fool, because I had put my placard in my garage door opener in my purse from driving my car, and I said, "Ooh, I had to go." I was in this car yesterday, and I was going to drive it, so I put the placard in the garage door opener in my purse, and I'm like, you got to get your tail back up in there today, because honey, you're gonna be struggling getting up down off the ground in that car. But anyway, I'm so thankful. But anyway, yeah, I'll call y'all back. Y'all see I'm yawning. I'm like, oh, child, I'm gonna put on me a gown or some pajamas when I get home. I done made it up in Piggly Wiggly. I guess I could get a couple of bananas because they're green, and so they'll be good for the next, probably be good in a few days. All of them green. I'm gonna get me three little small ones. Well, you know what? Here's one with 4 on right here. I'll get these 3. More than two. Y'all know I normally get me 2. But yeah. So, I had some asparagus the other weekend. It was really, really good. I was trying to decide if I wanted me some carrots, but I hadn't been eating them that much lately, so I am not going to buy any. I'm gonna get me some oven roasted wings. They got some for $4.23. So they got another little thing of them. I don't need very many. $3.60. I think I'm gonna get the ones for $4.23 because they look like they got a few flats in here, and I prefer flats. I might just eat that instead of cooking an egg this morning. You already know, don't you? You know. Let me go over here, because I actually think I'm gonna get me a bowl of watermelon. Yeah. Good morning. I think I am. I see some greens, and greens look good. But you know what I'm gonna do? We got this watermelon sitting right here in the basket because he's over there doing it. I think I'm just gonna get a quarter one. I can cut that up. I want a few grapes. I always have so many grapes in these darn bags. That's probably still too many for me, but I'll do that. Get me some grapes. And I think that's about it for me. I said I might pick up me a steak, so I'm gonna go around here and look at the steaks. They always have meat. They meat selection always looks pretty good in here. I like Piggly Wiggly just fine, but they are pricey at times too. So you have to know what you. Well, that's all the grocery store. So I don't think it's none of them now that ain't pricey no more. That's the doggone show. Chilling in here. I'm trying to think if. No, I still got some deli meat at the house. I better not pick up no more because I ain't eating it fast enough. Okay, let's look at these here steaks here. I got some New York strips. $13.93 for these two. I think I might just get me two New York strip steaks. Yeah. And I also think, well, that look good, but I don't think I'm getting it. I was thinking about a shrimp cocktail, but then I changed my mind. Changed my mind. I'm gonna get a little thing of bacon because I want to put some down in my green beans. And yeah, I don't need no expensive bacon. I ain't never had no Jimmy Dean bacon. Have you ever had Jimmy Dean bacon? Let me get some Jimmy Dean bacon. Hickory smoke to put down in my fresh green beans. Yeah. Ooh, that fish look good. I got some buffalo in the freezer though, but it looked good. Anyway, y'all know what? I'll let y'all see it. The fish. Yeah. I don't know. Let me get my happy tail out here because I got here what I came in here for. Let me just go look over here first before I say that. And look at the steaks they got over here. I done picked up these two New York strip steaks that look just fine. But here I am, over here. They got, you know my favorite is ribeye though. And I see, oh, go ahead now. I see they got a pack that's reduced and they thin. So let's see here. Let's look at these right here. The little thin slices. You know what? I think I'm gonna get the little thin sliced ribeyes instead. They reduced down to $15. I can do that instead, because that's my favorite. You know, I like a ribeye. The girl likes her a ribeye. How you doing today, man? All right. Yeah. I got it, y'all. I got that thing. I don't need none of that. I'm gonna get my little happy tail on out of here. I'm gonna get me some pork rinds that I want, some plain ones. I done got so I can't hardly stomach the kind with anything else on them. I just like them plain now. I don't know what that is. I'm getting so I can't take too much seasonings on stuff. So I'm on the chip out now. Chip and drink out. Y'all be proud of me. Now I am gonna pick up something else. They ain't got no plain skins over here. I'm gonna get me some plain popcorn though. How about that? How about those apples? That'll be my treat with my movie. Some plain popcorn. That's what I was doing, y'all. Get me some for my movie. For my movie date. Oh, here's some. I done ran into the pork rinds. Oh, they done ran up on me. One of the two. I got to bring them. They two for $4. I might as well get two. So I can have some. Don't have to be coming back to get any. Let me get this line so I can get my happy tail up out of here. And before I pick up any darn thing else. That's what I'm going to do. But anyway, I'll chitty chat with y'all. I'll call y'all back when I get home. I finished in the Piggly Wiggly, y'all. I didn't do too bad. And I spent cash because I'm like, I'm trying to stay off that card this month. It was $42.52. 42:52. I probably should have played that. I'll play it tomorrow. How about those apples? You can play it too if you want to. Anyway, yeah, let me get on to this house, y'all. I'm gonna get out these clothes, these shoes, these pantyhose, all of it. And get me some pajamas on. I'm gonna cook me a steak later with my potatoes and green beans. And green beans. And green beans. I got a cup of macaroni and cheese. I might even get fancy. You know, that ain't no real macaroni and cheese, but it do the trick for me, because ain't nobody but me, and I ain't cooking all that, because I can't eat it like that no way. But anyway, I'll call y'all when I get home. I'll show y'all what the outfit of the day was, too. Y'all know how it be when your bladder be bladdering. So I had to hop out. I had to go back out there, get my purse and these doggone bags from the Piggly Wiggly. Oh, let me put these down on the stove. Y'all saw what I got, but I'll be right back. I'm finna go and check. Oh, I did tell y'all I was gonna show y'all what I had on today. Let me back it on. Look, this was today's OOTD of the day. This black floral dress, just with some black flats, some little ankle strap flats. My braided wig. You know, I kept the jewelry simple today. Just got on my Pandora bracelets that my child bought me. And she got all of these from Pandora. And I had on this little ring. I love the band on this ring. That's why I got it. It was so thick. Too cute. Anyway, my head all chopped off. I'm gonna put on my pajamas. I'm gonna get out these clothes. And I'll be right back. As y'all can see, your girl done put on her pajama jammies. And this is what it's going to be for the rest of the day, whether I be in this recliner or up on my bed. I'm going to get up later and cook. But for right now, your girl is finna set it on down somewhere. It's what I'm finna do. But I want to just thank y'all for joining me. I'm going to try to put portion of the message. It's not the full message. I didn't take the full message today, but it's portion of the message. And like I said, it was about prayer. Keep praying. Keep on praying. Keep on praying. Tell God all about it. But anyway, thank y'all for joining me today. I hope y'all have a happy and blessed Sunday. Let us sister know, like I said, what y'all cooking or have cooked for dinner. Anyway, y'all see what the girl having. But I'm going to get off here. Hope to see y'all sometime next week for something or something another. Or later this week, rather, for something or something another. I want you to know you're loved. I love you. And God truly loves you the most. Remember to always be kind to yourself and others. Be joyful and be black. And I thought I'd keep it a black, colorful theme. Yeah. So I go on some black pajamas with a whole lot of color. Heart you. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Love you much. Have a peaceful, positive day. Joyful day. All on what? That's right. All on purpose. Love y'all much. Bye.
Detailed biography of Jesus, but one thing that is always captivating is that whenever you read something about the Master, prayer is always attached to it. He has such a compelling prayer life that in Luke chapter 11, verse number 1, his disciples say to him, "Master, teach us to pray," which is an unusual request made by men who have grown up in that particular region of the land, because one of the first things they realized that they were taught in their boyhood was that it says that we need to quit telling folk to stop praying one time and leave it at the altar. I need to tell somebody here today, if you haven't got an answer and you prayed the same prayer, I don't care how many times you prayed, pray it all and pray it over again. Pray until you get an answer. Pray until you feel better. Pray until God himself sends down an answer in handwritten hieroglyphics if you have to wait on it. But make sure you hear from the Lord. Theologically speaking, there are at least 3 reasons why Jesus prayed. He prayed, number one, to set an example for those who would follow after him. So that says to us, we ought to pray. We ought to pray for those who are around us and pray for those who are watching us, because your children, whether you know it or not, your family, whether you know it or not, they're seeking where do you get your answers and where do you get your help. One of the things I loved about growing up at 1839 Swift Street, I wrote it in this particular passage because one of the things I always could find is my grandmother praying unto the Lord. Whether she prayed standing up, whether she prayed over the stove, whether she prayed on her knees, whether she prayed to stretch the food that was in the refrigerator, I can always find my grandmother praying. When I fell and broke my wrist, I didn't go to the hospital. I got my grandmama to pray for me. When I got stung by a wasp, she just took some snuff out of her mouth and put it over the wound, and then it came out, and she prayed for me. When things weren't going the way I wanted them to go, and I was confused in life, she would grab me and put her hands on my head. She just prayed for me. I didn't know what it meant to go here and there and get all of those things, but I did know that prayer changed things. I wish I had a few witnesses in here this morning who have grown up watching somebody in your life pray, and when they prayed, you had a change of heart and a change of circumstances. You may not have realized it when you were a child, but many of us are alive today because somebody prayed for us.
All right.
Somebody prayed over you, somebody prayed for you, somebody interceded on your behalf.
Yeah.
And the only reason you're here right now, Lord, help me in this place, is that because somebody prayed for you. But the second thing is that Jesus prayed in his divine and his human nature. In his human nature, he perfectly prayed for those who were around him. But in his divine nature, he told humans that anything you pray in my name, that I will do. I like that because that means that Jesus was on both ends of the prayer. He was on the prayer end asking God to do it, but he was on the God end ensuring that it would be done. I ought to have somebody here who's glad you got an intercessor who not only sends his Holy Spirit to walk beside you, Lord, help me in here, but then he sits in the throne room to guarantee that whatever it is you need from heaven, he has the keys to access. You know what he said? If 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, he said, there I will be in the midst, and if you ask anything, I guarantee it will be done. So that means we ought to pray in unity, we ought to pray in harmony, and we ought not to be praying for different things in the same space. We got to pray until we get an answer. But then he also prayed that anything we would ask for, God would take care of it. But I need to give you this one thing that I see in this text today, because this particular text is tailored to teach us something different and very deep and personal lesson, and with insight and introspective intensity about the prayer life of the Messiah when he was at the most difficult moment in his life. Oh, I need to help somebody here. There are some different prayers that we offer. When your back is against the wall, you pray a little bit differently. It ain't the same prayer you pray over your food when you get ready to eat. It ain't the same prayer that you pray when you're just getting ready to go on a trip somewhere to have a good time. This kind of prayer is when your back is against the wall and there's something on the line. Here it is. Jesus is in the Garden of Gethsemane, and his very soul is at the point where it is heavy, and he says sorrowful unto the point of death. I need to ask the question and survey the sanctuary today. Have you ever had a time in your life where things got so heavy when you prayed that your words did not rush to your lips and come out in an audible manner that was easy for everybody to understand? I'm talking about that looking upside the wall prayer. I'm talking about that arms folded, walking in the midnight hour prayer. I'm talking about that can't sleep and tears are rolling down your face prayer. I'm talking about looking at your loved one in the hospital and shaking your head, wanting one thing in your heart, but realizing something else was on the line. I wish I had somebody in here that don't journey that lies ahead. Look, in the second time he prayed, he said, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away, unless I drink it, may your will be done. In other words, I may have to face this. And if I gotta face this, if you get me right for it, I'll be all right.
All right.
I know. I'm dealing with a bunch of folk who God has fixed everything in your life. And you want God to fix it just like you pray. But I'm going to get this second wave in here. of the folk in here that God didn't fix it the way you wanted to, but he fixed you for the way
All
you
right,
wanted.
all right.
See, that's a strong witness right there. See, when I went in, I was sorrowful. When I went in, I was at the point of grief under death. But now my mind is changing, and I'm getting a little bit better for what lies ahead of me. In other words, I'm getting stronger and wiser, and I'm getting to the point where I can handle a little bit more than I've ever had to face before. Here I am. I'm at a point now, and this text is tailored to teach us that we can not only pray our way through it, and we can pray often about the same thing, but when we pray, God can strengthen us for our journey.
Yes, he will. Yes, he
I gotta
will.
move on. Y'all looking at me strange, but here it is. It's 3 prayers. Father, if the cup can be taken, take it. Father, if you can't take it, get me ready for it. The third time he prayed, the Bible said he prayed the same words as he prayed the first 2 times, or the second time. In other words, I ain't quite ready, but keep on working on it. I'll have that third wave of folk in here who can say, I ain't quite there yet. Come on. There are 3 groups in here right now. Move it. Well, if you don't move it, move in me. I feel you moving in me, but keep on moving forward. Move me a little bit further. I need to talk to the third group for a moment, because that's where most of us find ourselves after we realize that things are not going to change and God has to get us ready, but then we still have a little hesitancy in our spirit. Can I speak to y'all just for a moment? This always the moment where we have been surrounded by props and people, when God removes the props and the people, and he lets them fall asleep in the situation, where we realize we out here all by ourselves.
All right.
You got some kinfolk, and they look like skinfolk, but all your skinfolk may not be your kinfolk. Y'all are catching on the way home. You got some folks that sit with you on the pew in the church, but they ain't necessarily praying for you and praying with you like you're praying. I need about 10 more of y'all to go ahead and go with me today. Sometimes you are just mano y mano, one-on-one with God, and you got to get your prayer up and through all by yourself. You are in this situation, surrounded by folk with good intentions, but they done fell asleep, and you asking God to strengthen you, but you ain't quite there yet. Lord, help me in here. God sends an angel, and the angel gives you what you need, but you still got a little bit in your spirit. Well, here is what I need you to do. You need to get specific in your prayer. Say, God, if you ain't going to move the cup, I need you to move me. Say, God, I'm going to submit to your will, and I'm going to do it, but I need somebody here to just go ahead and commit to praying it all and praying it all the time. What do you mean, preacher? What do you mean? Pray until sorrow becomes joy.
All right.
Until God sends help for your spirit. Pray until God sends strength for your situation. Pray until sleeping soldiers don't upset your sanity. Pray for your heart and mind to be regulated by God. Pray until you get an answer about your healing. Pray until you get an answer about your job. Pray until you get an answer about what's trying to interrupt your life. Pray till your children get saved and they come home. Pray until communities are safe again. Pray for anything and about everything. Pray for the number 47 who used to be 45 and didn't learn nothing from the last time. The Bible says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I'll forgive their sin and I'll heal their land. I have somebody in here that's still praying, and it might be about the same thing you prayed for last time, but tell somebody, I'm not going to give up. Do I have anybody in here that don't mind standing on your feet and just shouting back at me and say, I ain't tired yet. I'm not tired of praying for my healing. I'm not tired of praying for my mama. I'm not tired of praying for my children. I've been praying a long time, but I'm not tired yet. Who do I have in here that's praying for the glory and manifestation of God? Praying for a change in your life. You need to pray until you get an answer. I'm leaving you. But what do I pray? Let me give you a few prayers and I'm going to get out your way. Sometimes we need to pray the serenity prayer. God,
All right.
grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. the courage to change the things I can, and the good sense, the wisdom to know the difference between the two. Some folk you can't change. Some situations you can't change. But that you can change, go ahead and change that. But God give me good sense to know the difference between the two. There'll be some Psalm 51 prayers in here that you saying, Lord, create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit within me. In other words, give me a fresh start and restore unto me the joy of my salvation. Do I have anybody in here that know that God will give you another chance? There'll be a Psalm 91 prayer here. Lord, rescue me and protect me from my enemies. Cover me with your wings. Honor and lift me up. There'll be some Deuteronomy 23 prayers in here that God turns things around for you. It's headed in one direction, but God can turn it around. Do I have any witnesses in here that things are going one way, but you need God to turn it around? There'll be some Matthew 7 prayers in here that say, knock and it shall be answered. Seek and ye will find. Ask and the door will be given to you. Is there anybody in here asking, seeking, and knocking and saying, God, I need you to open the door? There'll be some Philippians 4 prayers in here that you asking God to give you perfect peace. Do I have anybody in here that's praying for the same thing and you're still praying for the same thing? Can I just give you one thing to shout back